Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Monday's show. It's massive. It's gigantic. It's like another part of me that's very famous with your girlfriends and your wives. They'll tell you today's show is like making love with me for hours. But anyway, let's get on with it. And let me tell you why I'm the ultimate lover, because I'm going to tell you what we're talking about on today's show, which has nothing to do with me being the ultimate lover, but I am the ultimate lover. So on today's show, we'll be comparing the MCU's Phase 5 and 6 and the remainder of Phase 4 with what the DCEU has in store for us. Have we been utterly negative towards the Comic-Con panel that DC and WB did? And is the MCU slate that's been revealed all that? Is it as good as we think? When we take a look at it today, I think you're going to see that it's all garnish. There's a nice little Phase 4, 5, 6 map, but it's not really as good as it looks. And we'll also be exposing the hatred from the people making Blue Beetle towards Batman. They said some very toxic things, very political, I'm not happy about. But something I am very happy about is Mr. James Wan, the director of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, revealing some concept art for the film, a film I'm very excited about. And if they can deal with the Amber Heard clusterfuck, they've got a billion-dollar movie there, I'm quite sure. So on Saturday, WB revealed 2 trailers for 2 DCEU movies. Black Adam, great trailer, much better than the first one. We looked at these trailers here at Movies TV Mad. So we looked at the Black Adam trailer. I loved it. And Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Great trailers, but that's all they had, unfortunately. That really upset fans because Deadline lied, probably because WB Pictures told them to, that Henry Cavill could be going to San Diego Comic-Con Hall H to reveal the future plans for his Superman. Didn't happen. So then in the evening, Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios revealed Phases 5 and 6. It looked really exciting and everyone was going, well, look at DC doing nothing with 2 movies and look at Feige what they've got. But is more better? Let's take a look at this interesting slate for the MCU. So let's go. The remainder of the terrible Phase 4, and I don't think there's anyone who can pretend Phase 4's been great. So we've got She-Hulk, right? We've seen the trailers, not very interesting, very bland, overly political with the men hate and the Bat. They're giving the Batman hate and the Iron Man hate. They don't like rich superheroes. Pathetic. It looks like a sitcom. It is a sitcom. It's shit. Then you've got Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. Here's the thing. There's no Black Panther. There's no Chadwick Boseman. Now, Mr. Kevin Feige was, oh, Chadwick's dead. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to make a film. We've got to carry on because that's what Chadwick would have wanted. And so, oh, yeah, and he'll always be Black Panther. But he won't be. You're going to replace him, aren't you? There is no point in this movie. We sat here together watching this trailer. They should have called it Women Forever. They even had a bloody song about women over it. It's pathetic. It's SJW. Again, nothing to see here. That's not exciting. So these 2 projects are still not as good as Shazam! Fury of the Gods, or as exciting as Black Adam. End of story. We continue. Then we get to Phase 5, which is Ant-Man 3 Quantumania, which is a very exciting film. Not because of Ant-Man, not because of whatever the Ant Girl is called, Evangeline Lilly, but we got Kang the Conqueror in the movie. We've even seen or heard some of the exchanges between both the characters, Ant-Man and Kang. Kang is this epic supervillain we've already seen in the Loki series. He looks interesting, intriguing, the actor's doing a great job, but apart from the Kang effect, it's not really that interesting, is it? And is Kang the actual villain of this film? Or is he in it for a short time? We don't know. But that's a little bit exciting because they reveal Kang the Conqueror a little bit. So I'll give them that. But still, Ant-Man 3 Quantumania, is that as exciting as what we've seen for Shazam Fury of the Gods? You're going to see Wonder Woman in Shazam Fury of the Gods. You've seen Zachary Levi killing it in that trailer. Black Adam is awesome, I can tell you. So, no. So then we've got Secret Invasion on Disney+. Now, that is a very exciting project. Now, I read some details and descriptions about what they showed to the Hall H crowd. And it sounds really, really good. It sounds interesting. It's okay. It's okay. But, you know, and it is Secret Invasion, so that's pretty cool. So I'll give them that, right? Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May the 5th, 2023. So that's not too far away. Well, it's under a year away. Anyway, this is the conclusion of James Gunn's Guardians trilogy. James Gunn is great. He's done a great job. Probably this will be the best Marvel film we've seen in years because it's James Gunn. And hopefully Feige hasn't messed around with him. Normally, you know, James doesn't allow anyone to fuck with him. They allowed James Gunn with the Suicide Squad to do whatever he wants because they knew they couldn't mess around with him. And it's a great movie as far as I'm concerned. Not the best DCEU movie ever, like some were saying, but a really good movie. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's a much anticipated film, and there's nothing I can say to twist that narrative. So, we have Echo Summer 2023. They don't have a date. That, of course, will be on Disney+. We will be seeing Matt Murdock, and we will be seeing Kingpin. Kind of exciting, okay, but still not as exciting as Shazam Fury of the Gods. You can mock me, or Black Adam. You can mock me as much as you want. It's my opinion, right? Then we have Loki Season 2. I like Loki. He's a good character. I thought the first show was okay. Again, it's the MCU. We know how they did that one. It was okay. Now, this is staggering to me. They're releasing the Marvels next July the 28th. That's mid-summer blockbuster. Now, surely that can't be too far away from the next Mission Impossible film. So Tom Cruise, a 60-year-old actor-producer, destroyed Kevin Feige's MCU this year, and I expect him to do it again. But nobody's talking about this. The Marvels sounds like a mid-film, and yes, it's not just Captain Marvel, it's the other Marvels as well. Should be interesting. But again, we know what this movie will be about. More MCU. I think it will be underwhelming. This doesn't excite me either. I need to close up on this. Now, this is exciting. Now, this is Blade. Now, I'm not quite sure if Blade is a movie cinematically or if it's on Disney+. But, of course, Blade is very, very popular. And is it Marshall Ali, or however you say the gentleman's name? So, a really good actor. We've seen him perform already. That was top casting by Feige. So, that's anticipated, no question. So, then we have Ironheart. This is boring. Again, compare it to Shazam Fury of the Gods or Black Adam. Forget it. Nothing. It's more MCU. Then we have a new title for the Agatha Harkness show. It's called Agatha, Coven of Chaos. She was okay in WandaVision. I enjoyed her. The actress did great. But again, it doesn't overly excite me, and I don't see why DC fans should be jealous about it. This is something you should definitely be jealous of, fellow DC fans. It's Daredevil, Born Again. Now, this looks like a bit of a reboot. I don't know what they're doing here, but it's Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio returning to play Daredevil and, of course, to play Kingpin. Very exciting. But they're calling it Born Again. This sounds like it doesn't have the continuity of the Netflix show, and that really worries me. But it's anticipated. It's Daredevil. I get it. Then we have Captain America, New World Order. In theatres only, May the 3rd, 2024. Now, actually, I'm kind of excited for this one because I loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I loved elements of it. I didn't like the political propaganda, but I liked it. I liked what they did with all the characters. I liked how they set up the Thunderbolts. We're getting something with the Thunderbolts as well. I think it's on this slate as well. Very, very exciting. So I'm kind of anticipating for this, and yeah, kind of excited. And then July the 26th, 2024, it is the year for the Captain America universe. It's Thunderbolts. So this should be exciting. July the 26th, 2024. I'm assuming this is a movie releasing theatrically. Again, Very, very exciting. So you still got some other projects that they kind of are going to announce at D23. Is that what you call it? The Disney convention. So this is phase 6. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, May the 2nd, 2025. Now this is exciting. No question about it. So the Avengers are back, May the 2nd, 2025. If I'm still even alive, right? Anyway. Then you've got November the 7th, 2025, Avengers Secret Wars. Very, very, very exciting. So basically, there's still some untitled projects, fall 24, winter 24, winter 25, spring 25, spring 25. So summer 25 and summer 25, which I'm sure D23 will be talking about. So it's a big slate. It gives you, I think, all of phase 5 and some of phase 6. Phase 6 reintroduces us to the brand new age Avengers. So is it as good and is it as worrying for the DCEU as we thought? Well, maybe we should look at what the DCEU have coming up. So in October of this year, we are getting Black Adam, a very good, great, epic superhero blockbuster starring Dwayne, or should I say Rock, is it Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? And that's exciting, and we're getting the JSA. So that's huge, that's exciting, it's a great movie, I've seen it, we'll see what happens with that. Ultimately, it's up to you what happens with that movie, go and see it. But it's not just the JSA that's involved in this movie, because James Gunn has been working with The Rock. I can exclusively reveal that today. And you are going to see a scene, because the guy who plays Aldis Hodge, who plays Hawkman, has revealed this, right? So actually, Hawkman and Amanda Waller will share a scene in this movie, saying, I knew about it because I've seen the movie. It's a brilliant scene. You're really going to enjoy it. And James Gunn has worked with The Rock. So this is kind of their plan B. So we heard the leak. So this is not me talking about what I saw in the test screening. Let's be clear about that. The leak is at the end of the movie, Task Force X and the character that is played by Amelia Harcourt, who's played by James Gunn's good wife. They basically abduct Black Adam at the end of the movie. So there's this big James Gunn Suicide Squad universe connection with Black Adam. I think this is the direction where they're taking, which is very, very exciting. So does this mean that James Gunn could have a lot of authority with the DCEU going forward? Yes. If they dump the Flash movie and Batgirl and that multiverse strategy, they don't have to dump Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Nothing wrong with that film. They can fix the Amber Heard situation very easily. They may stick with Amber Heard. We'll talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom when we look at the concept art from the brilliant James Wan very shortly. So I believe they're going down this direction. This is their plan B. They clearly knew they had a problem with the multiverse strategy ages ago. So when they brought in James Gunn, they had a chat with James Gunn what they could do to get themselves out of this shit. Embrace the Shazam universe, have Black Adam abducted by the Suicide Squad, what's going to happen there, lots of different things, lots of different spin-offs, and I'm really excited about that. That's more exciting than a slate we haven't seen any trailers for yet. Don't forget, the MCU thing is just the slate. So what James Gunn and whoever's going to lead DC Studios, it could be James Gunn, who knows, but basically The Rock and James Gunn working together to fix the DC Extended Universe is very, very exciting to me. That doesn't mean we can't restore the Snyderverse. It doesn't mean Henry Cavill can't return as Superman. So that's exciting. Then we saw a trailer for a movie I have not seen a test screening for, but I have spoken to people who have been to test screenings. I also revealed the leaks on a video months ago. I pretty much know what's going to happen in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and this trailer really kind of confirms that. But this trailer may have even been better than the Black Adam one, and I really liked the Black Adam one. So, yeah, I thought Shazam, Fury of the Gods looks funny, dramatic, exciting, like a proper all-round movie. Like the first one, they're out marveling Marvel with a really good film. The gags are amazing. The effects look much better than the first film because the first film was a lot cheaper. Cheaper doesn't mean bad. It looks like David F. Sandberg has done a great job, and again, there's going to be lots of cameos and call-outs to the DCEU. We saw a few of the Snyderverse characters there as well. When you see the Flash running, that's Zack's Flash, not Joss Whedon's Flash. Think about that for a minute as well. So we got that. We're also getting Peacemaker 2. Very, very exciting. We're getting an Amanda Waller streaming show, and we're getting some other stuff from the Suicide Squad universe that James Gunn is working on. Very exciting. We've also already had the Suicide Squad. We've had the Batman. So if you forget about Wonder Woman 84 and Birds of Prey, which you can put on Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich's head, ever since James Gunn's come in, actually, it's looking a hell of a lot better. The Batman was a great movie. We're getting the Batman 2. We're getting a Penguin series. We're getting an Arkham Asylum series. So even though you're all extremely disappointed about this situation, that Henry didn't turn up to San Diego Comic-Con, that, you know, Marvel had these slates for phases 5 and 6, yes, you can have title cards, and that's great. But still, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And I think what DC have to offer, with what I've explained to you, with, you know, with The Rock and James Gunn working together, and what's going to happen with Black Adam and his connection to James Gunn's Suicide Squad universe, I think the future is kind of brighter now at DC. And certainly it's competitive with the MCU. Most of the MCU films and Disney Plus shows are being kind of not reviewed very well. Of course, the shills are the shills, but the audience, the fans, are taking a disliking ever since, really, Avengers Endgame. People have kind of said, yeah, it wasn't as good as Infinity War, and it's got worse and worse. Where the quality of the DCEU and the Batman has been really, really good. So I believe DC is going places, and that David Zaslav is making the right decisions comparably with the MCU. So if you look deeper at the slate Feige revealed for phase 5 and 6, some of them look really epic and exciting, but that can be misleading. He can make a mess of them. You know, once upon a time, Thor Love and Thunder was a title card. Exciting, right? It went from a title card to a movie. Black Widow was a title card. Black Widow, she's getting her own movie. How exciting. It was shit. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So the future of the DCEU and DC live action isn't as bad as you think. In fact, it isn't bad at all. I believe in the next few years, we will be destroying the shit out of the MCU. So that's me exposing the narrative. Oh, Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige showed us that much. The MCU is oversaturated. It's got so much stuff. It doesn't mean more is better. I believe what the DCEU mostly and DC live action have got planned is very, very exciting. And those two trailers they showed us at San Diego Comic-Con is just the beginning. I forgot to mention Blue Beetle, a very exciting project that's in fact coming out next year, and there's some very talented people behind that movie, but I'm very disappointed with what some of them have had to say, and this is it. What makes Blue Beetle attractive to me is that he isn't some millionaire that decides to help from a position of privilege. But there's a lot of millionaires in the world and in the fictional world who decide not to do that. Slaughtering Batman or Bruce Wayne for being rich, having money. He was born into money, right? And he's trying to do something amazing with it. So please, this is utterly toxic. When will we have a superhero whose interests are directed more towards the people and less towards the government and the 1%? Well, Batman is not delivering at the government. Batman is a ground level fucking superhero, you idiot. Anyway, of the population. A hero that has that culture of valuing family and essence of what makes us and our culture so rich. And that connection to culture and how that will mold a superhero into one that people need That's what I can bring. So very, very interesting. Now, I don't know who said this actually. I thought it was maybe the producers. This could actually could be a quote from Blue Beetle himself. Now, Soups posted this and it triggered me. This is everything that's bad since the apocalypse started in 2016, and you know what I mean by the apocalypse by now, and I don't need to explain it. Blue Beetle and Batman in the comics are friends. They're allies. There's no point putting one against the other. I'm glad we're getting a Latino superhero, and it's focusing on family and all of that. It's great, but there's no need to shit on Batman just because of your politics. So I don't know who said that, but I find it utterly disappointing. And finally today, James Gunn, not James Gunn, I've got James Gunn on the bloody mind. There's so many Jameses in the DCEU now. James Wan has posted some Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom concept art on his Instagram. So should we take a look at it? So the pictures are a bit small, but I'll try my best. You know I don't have all the tech. I'm a very basic YouTuber. But there's that. So I think that's definitely Arthur Curry and Orm in the desert. Looks really interesting. It doesn't look like much, but I'm kind of fascinated by it. Let's zoom in. Yeah, something's going on. They're running away from some creatures. Interesting. You can even see the creatures here. And you can see one of the figures a little bit concerned. So that's really cool. We then have this. Again, I can't really make much out of it. Let me know if you can tell what's going on here. Should we close up on this as well? So yeah, it looks like some kind of bugs approaching some people. If we close in on it a bit more. So that looks really, really interesting as well. So this looks really, really cool. I'm not sure what character this is, but he is holding a trident, isn't he? So it doesn't look like Aquaman, no. It could be Orm, it could be Black Manta. I'm not sure, but this is a great piece of concept art. So I'm so excited for this movie. I always have been, by the way. It's only the Amber Heard situations that confuse matters. This isn't the Flash movie. So this is the final one. And this looks like Aquaman, and I don't know what he's doing. He's tied up by some greenery, I think. And it looks like he's trying to fight his way out. So some brilliant, beautiful concept art from James Wan, the director of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Look, this film will come out. Whether it makes money or not is up to Warner Brothers. The question is, if they keep Amber in this movie, will the boycotts hurt the movie? It's going to be interesting. If she keeps on appealing this case and she keeps on pushing the narrative, it's not going to help the situation. Ultimately, they're going to have to talk to Emilia Clarke. Em's going to have to come in here. She's the easiest option. She's a very easygoing girl. She can come in. We know she's got great chemistry from her time with Jason Momoa on Game of Thrones. She's going to have to replace her. Now, whether or not they delay it from March and give her more screen time than they gave Amber is up to them. I think they may have to do some reshoots with Mira and bring Emilia in. Now, I know Emilia's just been introduced in Secret Wars, I think, or something like, or Secret Invasion or whatever in the MCU, but there's no reason why she can't be involved with Marvel and DC. It's what the fans want, and it's about time the DCEU started delivering what the fans want. This has been Movies TV Mad with Monday's show. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, please. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you on Tuesday's all-new show. Until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.